broken dreams in my pocket. Golden thing round my neck like a locket. Carve your name in my mind, 'cause you caught it. You caught it.
Just a little bit more to go. G'day folks, it's Cortezerino, and welcome to my villager trading hall, and this is a place that I have spent the last 4 days. That's because we are building my ocean base today. Well, not today, we're going to start on it today, but it has an obscene amount of quartz in it, so I've spent all my time here trading with my masons, and yeah, it's not the only way to get quartz. I have got a piglin bartering system, but I found that was just too slow. Even though I'm AFKing when I'm there, I have to AFK for a few hours at my gold farm, then craft up the gold, and then AFK again at the piglin trading. And after hours and hours of that, I can get the same amount of quartz right here in just one Minecraft day. So yeah, piglin trading is definitely not the best way to get quartz. I mean, it's good for getting the quartz ore, the little flaky bits, so you can make comparators and stuff, but if you want the blocks, coming here to the trading hall is much, much better. And I don't actually have you see I'm trading melons here. I don't have melons growing here at the trading hall, but my pergola thing in the pagoda. I'm calling it pergola. That's ridiculous. My pagoda in the Japanese area has a pumpkin and melon farm inside, and the storage there has been full forever. So I just ran over there and got a bunch of melons, so we're able to get emeralds so much faster. And yeah, over here I've got the fishermen, so I can trade all the fishies that I get from my guardian farm over there. And yeah, we can get lots and lots of quartz. So in one day, I can get a ridiculous amount of emeralds, and I can get a full inventory of all these quartz in here. So it takes a while. You don't get a lot. You only get 12 of each per trade. So I ended up adding a whole bunch more villagers to this side. So these are all masons as well. And I have used my zombie at the back to zombify them, so they have nice and cheap trades. I mean, they always start off as 1 emerald for that anyway, but if you trade with them for a bit, the price starts going up, so that's what the zombie is for. And just in case you're wondering, I think I explained it when I first built this trading hall, but you might be wondering, where is their workstation? Well, once you've finished zombifying them and all that, and you're done with them, you move their workstation behind them. That's why we've got the fence gate there up in the air. So you move that behind them, you put a bit of carpet down the front, and it is nice and clean. So yeah, I haven't even got to all the quartz I will need, but I've definitely got enough to start. Let's try and bring up the statistics. I don't think it shows it very well, but here we go, items. Let's find some quartz. What are the categories? So we're probably looking for maybe crafted? I don't know. Let's find some quartz in here. Okay, so I've found the trick right here. You have to click up the top times crafted, and that will sort them. And here is blocks of quartz. Look at that, 30,000, and the majority of that would have been done in the last 4 days. And I'm sure the pillars are there as well. Yeah, pillars, 14. So we have been going absolutely nuts. And let's go look at where we are actually going to build this ocean base, and I think I'm going to be calling it Atlantis. So if we just go for a tiny little flyaway from the trading hall here, it doesn't take long before we get to my mushroom island right here, which no longer looks anything like a mushroom island. You can see there's a little bit of mycelium still there, but yeah, a long time ago I started fixing this up to make a cute little island with lots of beaches, and then I never really came back to it, so I thought this would be the perfect place to build our ocean base. And you can see over here is where I've got all my quartz. So these are the quartz blocks that I've already put through the smelter. and smooth them out. And we've got a bunch of pillars right here as well. So many. And I think I've got extra pillars because I realized I can use these pillars to craft up. Oh, hang on, where's my crafting bench? Yeah, I can make stairs and slabs out of the pillars. So I've just kept on trading those guys and getting lots more. So the question is, whereabouts are we going to build it? And I've decided we're going to put it out there. And I'll just take off a little bit because just the shape of the island sort of curves around a bit. So I thought right there next to the island would be an awesome place to put the ocean base, and then I can sort of have a bridge coming out toward here, and we can keep going with the Greco-Roman style on the island. I wish this island was a little bit bigger, but you got to take what you can get. And I figured because I've got this huge chest monster over here, I thought, wouldn't the best thing to do, like to start building this? I've got the storage system in here, so I might as well build this. I've just completed it, so I think the next task will be to move all the items from over there and store it in this, and then also go back to base and grab a whole bunch more of the things I'll need. And that way I'm just not going to have chests lying around everywhere. It makes much more sense to put it in the storage system. So in my my base tour, I said probably the best thing to do would be to build the trading hall first, so you can get all the quartz. But because my trading hall's right there, I think the other best thing to do is start with one of these storage containers. And I built one of the wonky ones, unfortunately, so I've sort of mirrored these so they all fit in the center of the room, like nice and easy, and they're all symmetrical. But it means the input chest is on the right and the items flow that way, whereas I'm sort of used to putting things in this side. So we'll see how we go with that, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. And I do have a couple of islands here I will need to take down. That's where I was getting all the snow for a build I did underground in there. But you're probably thinking, Cortez, why haven't you done it over an ocean monument? That would be so much better. Well, I already have 2 guardian farms. Like I have one over there, and it's not like I don't have another ocean monument nearby. Look right here. Actually, I've got no shortage of them. There's that one there, and then directly in line with it, we've got another one over here. So it's sort of been contemplating, can I AFK in between them and have them both running at the same time? And, I'm going to get shot. And that's not all. This place is crazy for ocean monuments. Look, there's a third one. And then, of course, we've got the one at the trading hall just over there. So there's 4 in this tiny little area. Well, 4 that I've discovered. But the reason I'm not using this one over here, I just noticed if I put the ocean base above this, it's not really going to be visible from the island. It doesn't render in, so I've brought it much closer. And I just figured, because I already have 2 guardian farms, if I was going to build a third, it would have to be something special, like maybe making an ultra powerful one, which I do have a design for in mind that I've never showed you. But yeah, if I'm going to build a powerful one, then I think that building the ocean base over the top will actually lower the rates a little bit. So what's the point? No. So we're just going to do it as a big decorative build. And the other question you might be asking is, Cortez, how did you know that is where the storage system is going to go? Well, I'm going to close down Minecraft and open it up with a mod running. So here's a little behind the scenes action for you. This mod is Light Matica, and I'm sure a lot of you already know about this, but all I've done here, it's not cheaty, it's still perfectly good for survival. We've just got a little outline of the build, and you can see it's in a great big box. So I've just gone to my creative world, put the box around it, copied it, and brought it in here. And that way, when I'm building it, I can see where all the blocks go, and I don't get confused because it is a huge build. But I can also place it in the world exactly where I want it. So I figured this little outcropping of land here, I'll probably take down this hill, and then we can have a bridge heading straight out to there. So this is going to look very, very nice next to our island. And it's also got the feature when you're building it, we can change the mode here You can see that line, so I can see level by level where all the blocks go. And that's how I located exactly where the storage system would be. And if you do, once I have all this done and you get the world download and you want to build it in your own world, I definitely recommend Matica. You can just come in here, make the copy of this, and then put this copy in your own world. And let's see if I can find the storage system and land on it. Which one is it? Right here. There we go. So yeah, you can just put this copy in your world, and then you know, oh, okay, I've got to put a quartz pillar right here. So yeah, it's a very cool mod, guys. I use it all the time. I've only just started using it. Like I didn't use it on my my big castle in the city. That was very difficult to build. I'd just have two versions of Minecraft open on two different screens, and I'd look at one and try and copy it to the other. It would have been so much easier with Matica. And that's how I did the time lapse as well. I did the whole thing in creative first, made a copy, and then when I built it for the time lapse, I had Matica going, and it does not show up in the time lapse, so I can have all of this here, but the replay mod doesn't show it. And the other cool thing about this is for tutorials, so I can analyze the area. Oh no, I can't. I'd have to go into another mode to do it because it's not actually here. But it tells me, yeah, let's do that. And we're just flicking around the worlds at the moment. So this is the creative world where I did the time lapse. And you're seeing the ocean base without shaders on because Matica and shaders don't go very well together. But you can see I've made a big box around it, and then you can go in and analyze the area. You can get rid of extra things, like I've included all the water there in my box. But yeah, you can get all the amounts of the goodies you'll need to build it. And whenever I do a tutorial now, I've always got a material list, and this is how I get it. So look at this, smooth quartz blocks. We'll hover over this, and you can see that is 276 stacks of quartz blocks, the smooth quartz blocks. So let's get out of there. So yeah, that's why I've spent the last 4 days doing all this trading. But anyway, let's get out of here. So yeah, guys, Matica is definitely a very, very good program to use, and it is survival friendly. Like in creative, I could just take that entire build and paste it into a world. But in survival, you can just bring up that little blueprint and copy along. So we're going to get started. I'm going to remove my little snowman island, and I'm pretty sure this island over here, I'll have to trim the chunks off this. Let's have another look. Oh yes, we're passing straight through this island, so I'll have to trim a bit off that. But then we can get started on this build. And fast forward 24 hours, guys, and that is all I've done. That took forever. In creative, that took an hour and a half to build. In survival, that took much, much longer. And I've trimmed that island a tiny little bit, but I mean, it could do with a bit more because that pillar there is pathetic. So we might have to do a bit more there. And I've culled the top of that island, so already I am sick to death of this build, so we're going to take a quick break and head back to the main base, and we'll finally get some shaders on once we're out of this Matica area with the big box. So a few weeks ago, before I got distracted with creating that ocean base, I had been working over here at my village that we are transforming into a creepy medieval village. And I did a poll on YouTube, and the next building that you want me to build is a blacksmith. And I think we are going to do it just over here behind this well. Boom! With this house right here. And it's super small, so we're going to be adding lots more to it. Quite a bit more to it. That is tiny. So I haven't, I sort of started a couple of weeks ago designing something. Yeah, and then I got wrapped up in the ocean base and I haven't finished. So I'm not sure if we're going to do that this episode. We may have to do it next episode. But one thing I did on the ocean base is I did a lot of gardens. And see, my usual style for doing villages and stuff is to do nice, clean houses and then really, really overgrown gardens and stuff, greenery all around the outside. But the ocean base was very different. It was very neat gardens. So I kind of want to try a little bit of that there. There's one little feature that I did in the ocean base that I thought, that looks really cool. So we might give this house here maybe a few farms or something. There's not really much flat ground around it. I don't know, but I'm going to go into a copy of this world, a creative world, and see what I can come up with. And maybe we'll do a little bit of decorating around the outside of this house and get rid of a few of these weird things. I tried, guys. I really did. Here I am trying to be a good little content creator and mix up the content in my videos. But yeah, of course, the first thing I did, instead of designing something new for the medieval village, first thing I did is come back here and spend another 24 hours building. But we've made a whole lot of progress, guys. I've finally filled in all the floor here. And this sandstone floor is actually just like this bit's going to be visible, but most of it, like all down there, that is not going to be visible. The only reason I've put it in is because I kind of have the idea of building a little underwater area underneath here. And I think it'd be really nice just to have it all lit up and lots of coral everywhere. And I think it'd look awesome. And I just wanted to be able to look up at the bottom of this huge building and it to look really neat. So all of this sandstone, you can see there, it's all been smelted. That is the smooth sandstone. So there's about 6 or 8 double chests worth in this entire build. And yeah, that's just so it looks good from underneath. But yes, guys, we've made a ton of progress. And I actually think I'm going to do the villager trading hall a little bit differently to the one I did in the creative time lapse, because even though for this one I'm actually not going to put any villagers in it yet, but I'm going to have this world for years, and maybe one day they'll bring out a new villager trade or something as good as the Masons, and I want to fill up this whole area. So I want to make this trading hall a little bit better. And I've already changed one thing about the design of this. Like in the creative one, you can see I've got these bone pillars here. Well, in the creative one, on the underside of that, I've got a lever that is powering that block and opening those trapdoors there. But that's a bit hard to do in survival, so in this one I've just put the block on the side there, and my inventory's full. I can't pick up anything. I'm probably going to lose that. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, bone block. Yeah, I've just got the lever on the side powering each of these blocks, and that is much easier because we can just put the bone block right on top. But the next thing I want to do is not as easy. Let's just grab some materials. So what we do when we want a villager to come in here, we just let him into this passageway behind all these cells, and we've got a fence gate there. So as soon as we open the fence gate, he's able to see the workstation in front, and he'll walk in here. And we close the fence gate behind. But my other trading hall has an extra little feature for zombifying, and I'm going to put that in. I'll put it in now just so in case I ever want to use it. I've already got it in place. There is a second trapdoor right here. And what you do basically is that is always open. So when you open this up, the villager sort of, well, there's no block below it at the moment, but he steps down on that block, then steps up here, and you can close that. But if we ever want to zombify him, we get a zombie in the passage behind, we close that fence gate, and we open that one, and then the villager actually can't escape. He can't pass past that because there's a block above his head, but the zombie is able to reach him and zombify him, and then we can just close that again so the zombie can no longer reach him. Now my other trading hall has a big system for getting the zombie in the back, but I won't bother about this now. But yeah, I just want to have that other, I always call these trapdoors, by the way. I probably did that again. I want to have that other fence gate right there, just in case one day I want to fill up this thing with villagers again. So I'll probably end up having to make 2 world downloads. The one I did the creative build for, and then this survival one, because it does look like it's going to be a little bit different. But anyway, what that means is now I have to get below, whoops, open that up and drop down and put a line of blocks underneath all of these while I'm bobbing around in the water, which is going to be awesome fun. But you can see what I mean by being underneath. I wanted it to look awesome, so everything is nice and polished under here. So yeah, I can't wait to make a nice little underwater area. But that will have to wait. So as the sun sets on another Minecraft day, we're probably sitting about 6 or 7 days since I put out my big time lapse. And this is what I've managed to get done. So this thing is very, very, very doable in survival, guys. So I do apologize for spending the entire video here, but, you know, I've got work to do. So thanks for watching. I'm Cortezerino. I'll see you later.